Well, I always wanted to be a nurse from the time I was about 6 years old. My father didn't want me to be, but I became a nurse. While I was in school, in nursing school, I was interested in the fact that these women were giving anesthesia and how did they know what they were doing. So I would ask them questions, and they said, "Oh, you just learn." That was not a satisfactory answer, so I began to study on my own. I would go to the library and pick up books on anesthesia. The more I read into it, the more interested I became in it. So when I finished, I knew I wanted to go into anesthesia. And I attended the University of Minnesota under Dr. Knight. And when I finished here, I worked for 6 months at Swedish Hospital to gain some experience because I didn't want to go back home as a greenhorn. And I went back home, and I've been there ever since. But I love it. I have never regretted becoming a nurse anesthetist. And one time we were talking about studying in groups by ourselves because we didn't know about the Chicago office. We knew there was one, but we didn't know they had meetings and so forth. So we formed a group in Dayton, and then as we went along, we discovered that there was a state association. Then we discovered there was a national association. So we became involved. The nucleus of that Dayton group became very involved in the state and in the national. And that's how I got started.
Ohio.